You have the jack pulled out? Yeah. Yeah.
take a minute. 105.
Again, it's awesome to have you down here at this camp at the Red Hook. We're a powerful taco camp. Ironically, we started the tournament.
Around 1 minute, I plug it in and turn it on.
Either it's mastery by our CHA Damm, yes, or it's just luck on my part.
Yep.
All right.
I do have them separated. I learned how to separate the commercial audio from the mic audio this morning.
Oh, okay.
But then they said they didn't have it set up that way, so I didn't try it. Okay, cool.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sunday morning here, Eastern time, 10:10 Eastern, and those of you watching on the West Coast, well, thank you for joining us. But this game,
I do have them separated. I learned how to separate the commercial audio from the mic audio this morning. But then they said they didn't have it set up that way, so I didn't try it. Okay, cool. Thank you, sir.
And make sure to subscribe as well. You can be up there all day long throughout the game or day. The official review by the panel of judges roster. Back to live action, Mike Polar Bear and Vietnam Rum. Multiplayer block by Killer B. Moving on through, hard-earned 5 points. Excellent skate work. Again, on this through. I'm going to put it back in the empty support. Here's on the outside, takes number 98, Polar Bear. That was a star set. Going to get around, if you decide to come off the tail, bringing your score. Counting the 22 and a half to go in the period. Versus 5 games here from the wrecking ball. Except the terrace is exact. And over to looking and Patrick is here. Indeed it is. Over to the Bruce Boomer from left and right. Having met by the pivot. And goes ahead and cycles all the way back herself. Patrick is still working through that wall. Anyway, she can. Going high, coming low. Just going through. And it works. Having the period is out of the path. 5 points scored thus far by Oga Shiva and calling it off to the middle of that pass. 2 more. Our next game right here is Tampa Bay Brewster hometown team against the St. Louis Shakes up to be at June Eastern for 7th place. $9.99. Well, either way, it is. Yeah, there we go. 9-0 Nancy there at the bottom of the roster. Lead Damm. Coming from the inside line. I don't know what to do. Great job. track cut. So Power Dance for 9 minutes. Coming and 9 nils today equates to 15 points on the derby board. And there you go, our new score is 31-31. That's the VSC on the line. Do the thing, Chance. And it has happened. Lead jam for Dostoevsky. Back block is the call. As Natalia loses one blocker. We have to do a good job in the back of the 4 points. 4. The Natalia winning. Old school races pack momentarily. Trying to hold back the point score, but we are again. This one is number 213. Totally in the power of the team. Going up against number 35. Moose 7. Yeah, decided to take the inside and right at the last possible moment. Run up by Mrs. Hercules. Lead jam nonetheless for Bruce. Star pass completed to 841 Suki Booty. Definitely with 5 points on the board. Back with all off the board. Great job. She is 2 for 2 with each game so far. 2-point game. Here we go. Way too soon to call. A good blowout is okay every now and then, but not in a tournament sense. We like all the games to be awesome. And a couple of 2-2 back on the damn line and still on the damn line against 98 by 4. Great ball, Minnesota United doing a great job. Stays in on the inside, leads 10 by 4. In the back. And big confusion in the front, but really good. There's Mike Hubbard there. This is also a great job of recovering a great ball. Almost hugging and back away at the conclusion of that scoring pass. The new giver record is number 3-3. More than the power of doing. If he is on the box, the power of him really think about it. Yep. So, right from here, you can see the clock and you see the scoreboard.
Calling it off. I believe that was a call off, or did time expire? I believe that was a call. It was too close to call. Either way, power start forthcoming.
It might be too early for puns.
(64-38), just like that. High scorer of the day. Scorer of the day, I should say. Overachiever out to possibly continue this. Lead jam is a start. Carmen Get Me has also just about breached the pack, met by the pivot. Bench yelling she went out, but still came back to be safe. 5 points scored anyway by Overachiever.
Overachiever scoring 5 more points, coming through the pack.
Good 3 bracing in the back. Just all right, there's some offense. Nope.
Apex jump was there, but it did not stick the landing.
Forearm call on 11:28, Poisonberry Pie. Jam is called. 20 more for the Minnesota Nice. Timeout called. 84-38, 13 minutes to go in the half.
And that's the difference in the game. Those holding the other team scoreless for that many jams in a row, I think it might have been 3, definitely allows you to put some points on the board. But when you hold the other team scoreless for 3 jams in a row and you have power jams, that's when you can start taking a lead. And I'm not sure if anybody's ever comfortable in roller derby with any sort of lead, but you can start taking a lead and regrouping and making sure that everybody is doing all the things that they're supposed to be doing.
Might take a little bit off your mind, maybe just a little bit, but we saw a lot of nickel and dime in the beginning, and then 2 huge jams by, well, on a regular day, but especially the way the scoring's gone, especially this game.
And to put them back to back is absolutely, if nothing else, comforting to
Yes.
the team and the coaching staff for the Minnesota Nice.
Crowd continuing to pile in, no doubt maybe at Publix across the street or still asleep. No pack called, but briefly, as Vietnam Noms jams against Moose definitely.
Who's definitely thought that she had a way out on the outside line, stopped by the opposing blocker, allowing Vietnam Nom to become lead jammer for Dallas, the Battalion of Doom. This is what Dallas needs. Dallas now controls the jam, putting a couple of points on the board.
Nam calls it off.
Let's see what strategy Dallas uses after that timeout to see what they can do in order to catch up a little bit in this game. You don't have to do it all in one jam. You can do it little by little. Let's see which way they go with this.
999, 9 mil Nancy, 14 Breezes. Do the thing, Chance. And it is Breezes with lead jam. Clockwise block called, however, on number 10, Kate Dudley.
Breezes with an inside apex jump.
Forearm called. And so Breezes has this jam to herself. Ooh. Track cut. I was wondering about that, but of course we have to wait on the official call.
Breezes doing a little bit of a jump over a blocker, but ended up out of bounds.
Apparently thought the blocker went out too. But no.
And that releases the Battalion of Doom jammer.
9mm Nancy completing the initial pass.
Coming by untouched. 9mm Nancy putting 5 points on the board for the Battalion of Doom.
And Breezes back in action, met on the outside and now on the inside.
We've had several long jams of this game, and this was going to be another one. It's going to go the full 2 minutes.
Three-quarters of the way in. Again, met on the outside by 127, Mrs. Hercules. Two Minnesota blockers going to the box. We have a failure to return and another call, possibly another out of play. Actually, multiplayer and a forearm call late on, again, number 10, Kate Dudley. So we're going to start with a 3-1, or 3-2 pack, rather.
It's never too early for Coppertail Brewery. So it's time for the Coppertail Brewery to get a little bit of action. We've got 3 people, 2 from Minnesota and 1 from Dallas, having a seat in the Coppertail Brewery penalty box.
9.5 to go in the period as 21, Havoc is here. Outside, whoa, just dodging Bully Jean.
And again, with Havoc is here, there's a really interesting thing that happens in roller derby. Size is not what you expect. So Havoc is here is a smaller skater, excellent footwork, doing a great job getting good points on the board, calling off the jam. Great job by Havoc is here. One of the smaller skaters in this tournament found the outside line, took it aggressively, and just did a great job. I was very impressed by that jam.
And a lot of us old school people remember Lo Mame. Lo Mame, formerly of the Tallahassee Roller Girls, now skating, actually has skated this weekend on the Wall Street Traders. And again, we learned that pretty early on, and definitely a lesson that, as we say on recruitment night, takes all types to play roller derby and to have a great team. Ova Achieva, lead jammer. Apex jump is clear that time, celebrating as she passes through for 5. Taking air.
Ova Achieva coming by with a little bit of hand gesture to her bench as if she's flying.
Star pass complete to 213, Cobra Lily.
Ova Achieva with a couple of blockers to beat decides, nope, I'm going to take my points and call off the jam.
Good timing, 102.59, 9 points total on that one. 7.5 or 7 minutes to go when we pick up again.
In this jam, we've got 0022 going up against Moose Definitely. Again, Moose Definitely was one of the jammers that did open this game up a little bit for the Minnesota Nice. And 0022, you know, a couple of the Battalion of Doom jammers, she's due. We'll see how she does on this jam.
Great defense in the back.
That was funny, man. Hey, if I didn't have
11-11 melee confusion, the first line there. Lead jam it is, though, for 0022. Black back block on the white jammer is the call. 0022 headed to the Coppertail Brewery penalty box.
Moose definitely getting some offense by Brutal Brit. With it being a power jam, Brutal Brit is freed up a little bit to do a little bit of stronger offense.
Through, and that is 5. $18.69 direction of gameplay call on the pivot Destroyevsky.
The Minnesota Nice team has reformed into a brace wall. 0022 having some struggles. Doing pretty good. Got around the wall. Separating out those blockers. One more to beat. 0022 putting 4 points on the board.
Final tally 19-4. Net set, net 15 for the Minnesota Nice. Beginning to pull away with 4.5 in the period.
Minnesota Nice, the score is Minnesota Nice 121. The Battalion of Doom 63.
Vietnam Noms met with 3 in the back, and lead jam it will be for Breezes.
Breezes being recycled on her pass.
No pass, no penalty on that pass, as the blocker went out as well. And through on the initial star stash by Vietnam Noms, able to stay in bounds on that block. Have about 3 minutes to go in the period, 3.5 to go as we have a timeout. Derby Central is on hand. Derby Central to our left all weekend long. And Twitter just sending me this important push notification about the final score of Game 7. Thank you, Twitter, for being right on the spot there. But Derby Central, that is at Central Derby on Twitter.
Stand by. This has been a game of long jams. It feels like we just sat down, and now we have 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first half. And it might be because I need a little bit more coffee. We are selling coffee this morning over here in the Wrecking Hall. Go ahead and see the juniors coffee table.
We're on jam number 17, and at least the first 8 or 9 of those were bam, bam, bam. And the rest,
which is one of our announcers, Bam Bam.
Where is she?
That's not what you meant, is it? I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Where is she? Yeah. She'll probably be up here at some point. We'll see. Again, these teams have never played each other, but Flat Track Stats predicting 72 to 28% victory for the Minnesota Nice, partially probably because of they had an 8-3 record in 2017. The Battalion going 2-1 in 2017 before this weekend. But the point ratio predicted to be 23 to 17, so still not a runaway game, but a competitive victory. What do you think? Let us know, of course, using the hashtags Hostile Talkover or B Team Champs. or just jump in the chat there on the YouTube. tinyurl.com/albdamm derby. Tell your friends. Bipolar Bear and 9 Mil Nancy, and Bipolar Bear with lead.
Bipolar Bear coming by with a thumbs up.
Through for 5 is Bipolar Bear. Big block in the back, goes ahead and calls it off. A little shaken.
She seems okay, rolling on back to her bench.
And Poisonberry Pie and Carmen Gitme enjoying a Coke and or at least a smile there at the end of that jam. So good sportspersonship. 137-63, 8 points scored on that one. A little over 2 minutes ago. You see the clock. Jammers kind of took position in the back there. Like, you go. No, you go.
Both announcers, both jammers doing the same thing at the same time on that jam.
And yeah, the battalion had lead jam there. Didn't look like it for a moment, but yes, and call off. So, what really? Kat on the YouTube feed points out, happy birthday, Bipolar Bear and Breezes.
Really? That's amazing.
Breezes on the line. Well, no, Breezes behind the line. 21 was on the line. Havoc is here.
It's like a birthday weekend.
Right. Both jammers through. Apex jump and then a block and a, what do we have? Crowd comes alive for a 4-point score by the Minnesota Nice. And a coach is coming out to possibly have a word about that as the celebration continues on the far side.
The jams are high-fiving on the line. Love to see the sportsmanship here. It's been a long weekend, a lot of really good roller derby. We're all excited for roller derby tournaments like this, and everybody's been really awesome. I've had a great time watching the camaraderie between the skaters.
They know each other. They haven't played against each other, but everybody knows each other by now. Close quarters, and yes, lots of quality derby to be watched and played as Billie Jean and Cobra Lily potentially finish the half. Cobra Lily with lead jam. And through, 5 points. Says Pete in the pool. Cobra strikes past 719, Billie Jean. .501 Animal, your captain, with the initial pass and possibly the pop of the morning. She's shaking her head like, why?
Excellent jam. The pack is speeding up a little bit. Cobra Lily coming through with 2 blockers to beat. trying to grab some points, succeeds and calls off the jam. That ends the first half. Your score, Minnesota Nice 145, Battalion of Doom 75. But to note, going into halftime, Battalion of Doom scored 12 points on that jam.
That's right. That's right. And still too close to call. Don't write off the battalion yet. But I get from the continued reaction from the fans in the bleachers, I get the feeling that Animal doesn't jam much, and that you're really excited to see that. Who are you cheering for? Let us know, of course, in the YouTube chat at tinyurl/AlbyDamnDerby, and also anywhere else you are using the hashtags Hostile or BTeamChamps. We'll be back for the second half of the 9th place game. Don't you dare miss it.
RollerCon is roller derby heaven.
Essentially the ultimate roller derby holiday.
The opportunity to sit trackside and watch some of the best athletes in our sport.
I actually met the love of my life at the Rydell Superheroes and Villains party 2 years ago. I've never felt more included or encouraged at an event.
It's a reminder that there's a lot more people out there in the world that share the same passion for roller derby as I do.
And it's so hard to leave when it's over. You'll be having withdrawals for weeks.
RollerCon. No parents, no rules.
Hello again, friends, and you are my friends, and welcome back to this, the ninth place game right here at Hustle Talk over hashtag B Team Champs. As if you're watching us now on tinyurl.com/albdammderby and you see this little pink blob in the lower center left, that actually is a huge inflatable flamingo, and at least one person has fallen asleep on it so far this morning, and we'll leave it at that. So, here we go. 0022 and 98 by Polar Bear.
Both jammers going up against the wall of blockers. It's getting a little bit more confused as they're breaking up a little bit, allowing Bipolar Bear to become lead jammer.
Met right at the end, and on that scoring pass, yes, 5 points. Star pass completed to Carmen Getme. 4 points, though. $154.75 with about 28 and a half to go when we pick up again. Looks like we have multiple camera angles. Good to see. We're continually adding to the production, as you know, if you joined us for Frankie Panky, and now additional cameras here in the Wrecking Hall. Whatever the internet can handle, we will bring it to you. Overachiever, Vietnam Noms.
Overachiever found an inside line, becoming lead jammer.
And Nam on the outside, and any lead had been usurped at that point, so calling off the jam, maintaining the lead. Coach gesturing about forearms, perhaps watching the wings.
We have Havoc is here for the Battalion of Doom, going up against Moose definitely.
I know we've heard the Minnesota cheering section all morning long. Not sure about the Battalion of Doom, but Battalion fans, you need to get into it right now as Havoc is here through the pack. quick call off after 3 points.
So far, it's early in the second half, but the Minnesota Nice are scoring some points, keeping the Battalion of Doom to 0 and calling off the jam. Let's see if they maintain that strategy as we move forward.
It will be enough if they do. Ashley says, proud of you, Dallas. Keep grinding and doing the thing. Breezes and 9-mil Nancy now, and 9-mil with lead.
That is the first lead jammer of the half for the Battalion of Doom.
Referee crashes into Keith Ridge. Photographers in one of the most dangerous positions here. Forearm called on number 10, Kate Dudley.
Nancy scoring a grand slam on that last pass.
And Mrs. Hercules called out as well. And a forearm call, the most recent call.
Battalion of Doom's pivot having a seat in the Coppertail penalty brewing box. I said that backwards again. Everybody wants a brewing box. If you want one, come and see Al B. Damm.
Excellent defense in the front. And this time, well, yes, able to correct is Breezes.
Breezes getting a little bit of help from the pivot for the Minnesota Nice to get through.
A little sigh of relief. And happy almost 3-year anniversary, Animal and Brutal Brits.
With a 2-point differential on that jam, your score, the Minnesota Nice 165, Battalion of Doom 85.
So net 2 for the Battalion. See what happens here. As Destroyevsky takes a star against, looks like Bipolar Bear. Yes, it is. Have to wait on the hair to pass the number.
Bipolar Bear is having a great game. She is now lead jammer again.
Bipolar Bear cheering as she went through turn 3 toward the Jacksonville contingent. And through on the scoring pass, calls off.
Bipolar Bear is actually 4 of 6 as lead jammer. When she puts the star on her helmet, she's doing a really good job this game. And we are in a timeout, so stand by. Do you think the fact that we're at the third day of the tournament, the two teams have kind of gotten their cobwebs out? Are they settling in and having some fun now?
I hope so, because this is it. No matter what happens, this is their last game. There is no advancement at this point, so might as well let it all hang out, have some fun before you have to take at this point, the flight back home either later tonight or in the morning. Win or lose, all these teams have something to be proud of, especially the ones as we progress. The ones who might have improved on their seating. That's what I'm trying to say. So
yeah, lots of stuff is going on in roller derby because of these tournaments. Not only are they just a blast to be here, a blast to watch on live stream, and a blast to be an announcer for.
This sport, since we don't have millions of dollars in it, if you're not having fun doing it, why are you here? Almost a ref bump there. That was inadvertent, so no call. Fortunately, everybody's staying on their feet, at least for what I was talking about. And Pete in the pool signals the initial pass is complete.
Cobra Lily is lead jammer for this jam, Battalion of Doom.
Apex jump and four points, I dare say, stolen, but net one for the battalion.
Excellent Apex jump.
It was.
It looked like Cobra Lily was being tied up a little bit, not able to call the jam. Jumping through was the jammer for Minnesota Nice.
That's right.
Excellent job to keep it at a 1 point differential instead of that 4.
That's right. Moose definitely in 0022 now, and 2-2 with lead.
If I'm not mistaken, that's that's the first time in the second half that Dallas has gotten lead jammer twice in a row.
I think so. 2 points more on that one. Working on almost a 2-to-1 ratio, which is interesting. As Flat Track Stats predicting actually 23-17, so we'll see. Those of you who are better at math figured out before the end of the game. 11 plays 14, Vietnam Noms and Breezes.
Breezes being pinned on the outside line, still in bounds. Now being recycled to the inside line. Breezes being recycled all the way back to the jammer line, going up against the brace wall, allowing just enough time for Vietnam Nom to become lead jammer for the Battalion of Doom. That is 3 in a row.
And the pivot for the battalion going to the box.
Oh,
down
excellent
one.
move, making it look easy on the outside.
It was. And not leading with the head either, just ducking down. I've seen it done the wrong way, and that was the right way. Through again, 5 points. Billie Jean back in and back out, and then back in again, and back out again. And danger of a cut, but blocker was out of play.
Vietnam Nom being slowed down by a brace 3 wall for the Minnesota Nice, allowing the Minnesota Nice jammer of record to get by, scoring a few points on that, but not to be undone.
Right, most exciting jam of the period as net 15 points for the battalion. Hashtag all the points being scored in that last jam. As Bipolar Bear jams against Havoc is here. Two blockers met up in the back, able to recover. See if they can regain their position. High block called on number 98, Bipolar Bear. Havoc is here, continuing on the initial pass.
Havoc is here, got through as lead jammer. An uncanny ability of Havoc is here to stay on her feet. Just absolutely phenomenal jamming on that.
Right you are, good control and just bobbing and weaving, and that time blocked hard. Brutal Brit. You want to tell them?
We've got good news. We have coffee, and for those of you that are hungry for some breakfast, we've got tacos. We are fully staffed. We're ready to go. Go over and get your tacos here at the Hostel Talkover.
9.99, 9 mil Nancy with the power start, and through with lead in time. Bipolar Bear pushing through on the Star Sash. Pack races ahead. A41 wants a cut, not going to get it. Nancy scores 4 and continues. That is 8 total. Star pass complete again to 501 Animal.
9 mil Nancy coming around for another scoring pass. Dallas showing a lot of confidence in their blockers on this run.
Aquaman Army comes alive for Animal on the board. Final tally 15-6. Net 9 once again for the battalion. 182-130 with about 16 minutes to go when we pick up again.
That was some really good blocking by the Battalion of Doom on that jam. And the whole team was very confident. We have a timeout here. Stand by. The whole team was very confident in their blockers to be able to hold back the jammer, and it worked. Holding the other team to 3 was what I saw happening, and then at the end, they actually ended up giving up 6 points. But that was an excellent jam.
Sometimes you have to, it's cliche no matter how you express it, but taking that chance, I say go for it whenever you have the opportunity and it makes sense. And that time it did.
As a fan of roller derby, taking risks, I don't care if the risk is an apex jump, I don't care if the risk is going for that last big hit, or if the risk is to run the jam a little bit longer to score some more points. That is what I like as a fan to watch in roller derby.
There is no complete lack of risk in roller skating. The only way to be completely safe is to not wear skates.
And perhaps you nailed it, because that's why I'm sitting here with solid shoes on my feet. Actually, I do say that a lot.
Open skate could be enough practice for some of us. Boards pounding as Ova Achieva and Destroyevsky return to action, and lead jam for Ova. Forearm called on 227 and Bashaway.
This is the first lead jam for Minnesota Nice. I will come back with you and tell you how long, but Minnesota Nice decided to put 4 points on the board, calling off the jam, regrouping a little bit, putting some fresh legs out there.
Three-quarters of the way through the game, 186-130.
That was the first lead jam in about 6 jams for Minnesota Nice. So the Battalion of Doom doing a good job getting lead jammer for those jams.
Yes, they are. Staying in the game, on point. Moose definitely, and Cobra Lily this time.
Moose definitely being recycled.
And through it is Moose.
Moose definitely with a little bit of a power move and some speed at the same time to become lead jammer. That's 2 in a row for the Minnesota Nice.
Direction called on a blocker there for the battalion. and Star 213, Cobra Lily. Star stash complete. Excellent block when it counted by the Derby double sweeping booty.
Minnesota nice holding at 5-0 on that jam. We have 0022 going up against number 14, Breezes.
Battalion fans, if you're out there, this is the time to get into it and let your team know. Another direction called. This time on a battalion blocker. And again, lead jam for Breezes.
0022 being recycled. Breezes coming around. Breezes going up against 2 blockers from the Battalion of Doom. 1 blocker from the Battalion of Doom, as one of the blockers is going to have a seat in the Coppertail Brewery penalty box. Oh, with an apex jump.
Wow.
Breezes coming by with a Grand Slam, 5 points. Breezes finding a little bit of room on the outside line, scoring another 5 points.
Another block on the outside. 15 points scored thus far.
Most of you probably noticed that it was a power jam for Breezes. Just to make sure that you realize I have had some coffee.
And a little hop, and that did it. Another 5.
Very effective jam for Breezes. Minnesota, again, employing that tactic of running the jam clock. We've had a lot of really long jams in this game, and that was a very high-scoring jam. That was a 20-point jam, holding, maybe even more importantly, holding the Battalion of Doom to 0.
Right, right. Official review called. And during this official review, we'll remind those of you here at Hostile Talkover in person right here live at the Wrecking Hall. Not only is the taco bar open, but the juniors, Tampa Junior Roller Derby, having a bake sale right now. And some of those cookies being enjoyed right in front of us. But yes, the Tampa Juniors are having a bake sale. They are open right now.
And we are having coffee and tea at the juniors. We're having tacos by the Tampa Tantrums. We're having roller derby by all these wonderful B teams at B Team Champs right here in Tampa at the Wrecking Hall. We have merchandise for sale. We have Tampa merchandise for sale in the Wrecking Mall. It's a good day. Sunday morning is a good day to be in roller derby. I'm pretty happy with it.
Amen.
Trudy says, good job aging up from juniors, Breezes. At hashtag Hostile Talkover. I would say so.
Yeah, no, that's an amazing thing to know. Breezes is an age up from juniors. The junior program, it is amazing what roller derby is going to be. Seeing all these players coming into roller derby with 5, 6, 7, 10 years of experience.
Oh, yeah.
Our sport is definitely growing. Once you have a youth program, you can grow.
Well, you know who won the pony? The official review, once again by Dallas, has been lost. Right, there really was no developmental program 10, 12, 15 years ago. It was come off the street, and you still have that. You can still have that, but for under 18, there was no, especially there was no developmental program. It was adults, and it was just coming to the rank. But now, yes, you can grow up playing roller derby, and man, oh man, what you will turn into when you turn 18. I saw it firsthand at the JRDA Championship Tournament. The future is now, and all those other exciting cliches. As Bipolar Bear takes lead. Well, actually, no, a high block called.
Battalion of Doom does have lead jammer.
And the high block was called right around the time lead was called, so I wonder if there was some minuscule contact between the jammers that happened right then. I don't know. Contact nonetheless, if it did happen, as Vietnam Noms is free to score here, but effectively shut down. Those Minnesota blockers just in a whirlpool around and around and around, continuing to recycle one by one. Bipolar returns to play and met by the pivot, slowed down just enough as Vietnam Noms through for the 5-point pass. Letting the jam go. 4 points for Bipolar Bear.
So in that jam, the Battalion of Doom has left one blocker who is actually even the pivot. The pivot is now in the Coppertail Brewery penalty box. So there will be a blocker advantage for Dallas.
Official review called by the Minnesota Nice.
So again, to expound upon what I was saying a little bit earlier with the juniors, and we're seeing what having a deep team or deep league is, because this is B team, this is high level roller derby, this is excellent.
Yes.
And the A teams are, each A team has a good B team. The A team is even better.
There's really no B about this tournament. When you're one of the top 10 B teams in the world, or in the country at least, as I'll go back. I pointed this out, and this is just fun to think about, how Flat Track Stats, they take the WFTDA A teams and rank them separately, and as they listed out, the Battalion of Doom actually 124th in the U.S., and the Minnesota Nice, specifically the Minnesota Nice, 89th in the U.S. So when you say my B team can beat your A team, yes, probably so. So these B teams are shining right here. This is their grand stage. This is the granddaddy of them all, the final stop. All the sports cliches, sports, hashtag sports. But this is their moment, and
they're living up to it.
Dang right they are. Lost the official review, by the way, but everything else about this tournament is winning because, as I said on day one, you will know these names before this weekend is over, and perhaps you will see them in the WFTDA playoffs next season.
What a great showing by all these teams this weekend. Excited for roller derby. We still have just about 9 minutes left in this game.
Overachieva sent out and back by Melee Confusion. Crashing into Ann Bashaway, but able to earn lead.
Overachieva is lead jammer. 9 mil Nancy is having a little bit of a hard time getting through the wall.
9mm Nancy threw on the initial. And timely call off. 5 points. There we go. 5 points to speak for.
Ovachiva's having a really good half. She is 3 of 4 as lead jammer in this half.
78-point lead with about 8 minutes to go. Still anybody's game. Seriously.
We've got Moose definitely for the Minnesota Nice going up Destroyevsky for the Battalion of Doom.
And Destroyevsky with your lead. Through again. Wow, yeah.
Good, powerful jamming. Keeping her feet moving, coming through, making it look easy to get a grand slam.
Moose through on the initial. Last attempt there by Animal, but nothing doing. And celebrating the wins there, that was Animal, or no, that was Sweeping Booty there with the one for the Book of Wins at the end of the jam.
That was a 9-0 jam for the Battalion of Doom. The crowd getting a little bit more lively. I guess the coffee over at the table is doing a little bit better. Go buy your coffee now.
Breezes with lead jam over Havoc. Is here. 1 point called. And the 1 point is for the Minnesota Nice. Wow. Minnesota Nice, the Aquaman Army, they are spelling out Minnesota Nice to the tune of Saturday Night by the Bay City Rollers. Bobby Narco taught them that during halftime. Good work. Bipolar Bear. And
Havoc is here with excellent skate work. Oh, almost stealing lead jam.
I was about to say, yes, staying out for this jam. Jammers free to engage, but do not, except perhaps positionally in the straightaway. Call off right at the last possible moment, and it is 1-1 wash.
Excellent jam. Havoc is here doing an excellent job of keeping the score close on that jam.
That was fun, but we're not going to do it again. 2 new jammers, 0022, and the one that 0022 is positionally blocking in to the detriment of the announcers.
I think it's Overachieva.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
It is. Our vision has been restored.
Thank you. Is that deep in the heart of Texas? Right. Yeah, we did. We did mention Breezes. What was the other thing?
Nice would like to thank the charter for supporting us and sending us a wonderful fruit basket last night. So thank you, Mean.
That was Jess with the Minnesota Nice. Live shout out You should pay us for that, but we'll pass. This is an excellent game. Congratulations. Right. Unfortunately, she says she's a teacher. She can't afford it, unfortunately. And that social commentary notwithstanding, back to live action. Ovo Achieva over 0022.
0022 using both lines inside and out. Oh, 0022 almost through the pack, absorbing one last hit. And,
able to recover, but a back block called after all that.
Having a seat. Power Jam, Minnesota Nice.
And over through with 5.
Ovachiva being recycled. Had a little bit of an apex hop. Didn't make it. Coming back. Ovachiva with 2 blockers to beat. Now 1. Good defensive work. Slowing down the jammer. Oh, a great spin move with 5 points for Minnesota. Ovachiva.
.45 seconds in the jam as a track cut called in the back by, or on, 54 Meshuggah. That's it for this jam, and 3 points. You're welcome. 3 points on that last one. 13-0 for the Minnesota Nice.
Your score, Minnesota Nice, 235. The Battalion of Doom, 152.
$9.99 Mill Nancy. And 35 Moose definitely. That's how it's spelled. Lead jam for Nancy. And I'm hearing a moose chant that to an untrained ear might sound like a boo, or like we used to say, nuke. But yes, that was moose. Oh, man, oh, man. $719 Bully Jean. Yes.
A little bit of stuff happening at the end of that jam.
With that hellacious block.
Three points for the Battalion of Doom, holding Minnesota Nice to 0 on that jam.
Dostoyevsky and Breezes this time.
Breezes being recycled. Breezes getting a little bit of offensive help.
Most offensive jam we have seen in the last few, I think. And Breezes Birthday Girl on the outside with lead. Caught in the back, there is one Dallas blocker. Goes ahead and calls it off. Strategic maneuver, 1 point.
Meshuggah doing some good offensive work. Helping Breezes on that jam.
Watch the clock, that's all I'll say.
Lots of work on that jam for the 1 point.
Yeah. Aww. Okay, Overachieva, Vietnam Noms. And Ova with lead.
Overachieva emotionally getting through the pack, doing a great job.
Either wiping the tears from her eyes or at least excited about that.
Overachieva going for an apex jump, being recycled. Bipolar
Bear also with the birthday that was being sung to. Minnesota Nice pounding the boards as victory is imminent. Through and not quite clean, goes ahead and recycles back, watches the clock. Clock is at 0, calls off the jam after 4 more points, 5 more actually. A hug in the infield, and it's not official yet, but certainly appears that the Minnesota Nice has maintained their number 9 seeding and will end this tournament in 9th place with the Dallas Battalion of Doom taking 10th. 241-155. That is the final. Congratulations to both teams, and in particular, the Minnesota Nice.
What a great game to open up day 3 of Hostile Talkover. B team champs. Minnesota Nice doing good work. Both teams, Battalion of Doom, putting on a great display. Excellent game to call. Excellent game to watch. The winners in this game are truly the fans of roller derby.
Absolutely, and it only gets bigger and badder and better from here as the Tampa Bay Brews Crew and the St. Lunatics play for 7th place. The Rocket Queens and Atlanta Rumblebees for 5th. Texas Firing Squad and Gotham's Wall Street Traders for 3rd. And then the big one, the Axles of Annihilation and Denver's Cruising Altitude in the championship game. A new game every 2 hours right here at tinyurl.com/LBDammDerby.
Keep watching. Keep eating tacos. I'm Corey.
I'm Standby.
And thank you, roller derby.
7th place game is next with the Brews Crew and the Lunatics. Call somebody.